Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, in this video, we're going to be speaking about words that are mu'arab and words that are mabni. So a kalima, a word in the Arabic language, can either be mu'arab or mabni. Mu'arab means a word whose ending can change, while mabni means a word whose ending cannot change. So a word that is mu'arab is a word that can pretty much accept i'rab. And i'rab is a change that happens at the ending of the word because of the change of active elements entering upon it. So that's what i'rab is. And a word that is mu'arab is a word whose ending can change. So it can accept i'rab. So baytun will change from a dhamma tun to a kasra, for example. Baytun fi baytin, because the active element fi. So baitin here, this word here is mu'arab because it can accept i'rab, i.e. it's a word whose ending can change. Baytun, baytan, baytin, Muhammadun, Muhammadan, Muhammadin. Both of these words are mu'arab. On the other hand, we have certain words in the Arabic language that are mabni. A word that's mabni is a word whose ending cannot change. It's stuck. Hada is always going to say hada. Hada fi hada. It never becomes fi hadi or hadhu or anything like that. So a word that is mabni is a word whose ending cannot change. Now, a word that is mabni can be mabni on any of the four different types of harakat. Doesn't matter. But the point is that it's stuck on that specific harakat. So dhahaba, for example, is mabni on al-fath. It's stuck on the fatha. While we have certain words that are mabni on al-sukun, they're stuck on the sukun, like hada. هذا is stuck on a sukun, or يعني the alif has sukun on it and it's stuck there. It can sometimes be mabni on a dhamm. It can certain words can be stuck on a dhamma, like mundu, and mundu means since. Mundu means since, and it's a word who's stuck on a dhamma. It's never going to become mundi or mundha or something like that. Likewise, we have certain words that are mabni on a kasr, stuck on the kasr, like hadihi. Hadihi never becomes hadihu or hadiha. So a word that's mabni can be mabni on either one of these. It doesn't matter which one is specifically, but the main point is that once you find a word that is stuck on that haraka, it's never going to take another haraka. It's always going to be stuck on that specific haraka that the Arabs, they decided to make it stuck on, if you will. Now, that being said, words that are mu'arab, they can sometimes be mu'arab with the original signs, and it can sometimes be mu'arab with the secondary signs. So alamat and i'rab, the signs of i'rab, there are two possible signs to show the i'rab of a word. So there are two possible ways for you to indicate and to show the changing at the ending of the word. Sometimes we're going to use the original signs. The dhamma for the rafa', Muhammadun. The fatha for the nasab, Muhammadan. The kasra for the jar, Muhammadin. And the sukun for the jazm, lam yadhhab. So these are the original signs to show the i'rab of a word, to show the changing that's happening at the end of the word, to show that the word is mu'arab. But certain words will be mu'arab with secondary signs. And we're going to cover that, inshallah. Like the alif, the ya, the kasra, the fatha, the hath, the noon, and the waw. So these are all secondary signs that are used instead of these signs to show the i'rab of certain words, that we're going to be covering throughout the Medina books. One of them is the sound feminine plural, which we have a lesson coming up on. So to sum it all up, words are of two types. Certain words are mu'arab, which means words whose ending can change. Muhammadun, Muhammadin, Muhammadan. And we have certain words that are mabni, which means words whose ending cannot change. A word that's mu'arab, it can sometimes be mu'arab with alamat and asliyah, the original signs. The dhamma, the fatha, the kasra, the sukun. Muhammadun, Muhammadan, Muhammadin. Lam yafham. But sometimes a word can be mu'arab with the secondary signs, al-alamat al-far'iyya. And we're going to be covering the different types of words that take the secondary signs, and with that, inshallah, this concept will make more sense. Now, we have certain words that are mabni. A word that's mabni is a word whose ending cannot change. A word that's mabni can sometimes be mabni on a fath, dhahaba, sometimes sukun hada, sometimes a dhamm mundu, and sometimes a kasra hadihi. This all depends on what the Arabs they decided for that specific word. So that in a very brief sense sums up the concept of words that are mu'arab and words that are mabni. And alamat al-asliya and alamat al-far'iyya, the original signs and the secondary signs, is a concept that will take a bit of time to get used to. But inshallah, with more videos and with more examples, it will become clear.